In the very beginning, I remember I was so excited because there was going to be a place to send my children, a Christian school.
June Claytor was with Pinecastle Christian Academy from the very beginning. When we were in the room, in the parlor at the Pinecastle Methodist, asking the pastor for our school, that we had it on our hearts. And June had that same passion because she's a lifelong learner. She wanted the kids to learn, but she wanted them to learn the truth. And she did things like we'd get old bookcases. She and I would get old bookcases and sand them down and varnish them or paint them or whatever needed to be done to make them look good. June would go through she had the connection with John at the public library and would get books that were too many copies of, or books that hadn't been checked out in a while. Because lots of times books that hadn't been checked out in a while were the very books we wanted our kids to be reading. And so she did everything. I don't care if we needed to pull weeds or mop a floor, paint a baseboard. June was there. She was determined that God's school would be opened on time, and look fabulous.
June Claytor is one of the hardest workers I have ever known in my whole life. She also has stuck with the Academy for years, never given up, always spent many hours. I remember when my daughter was in first grade and loved to read, and June encouraged that in her. And that year, my daughter got the award for reading the most books, and during chapel, she had her walk down the aisle carrying a wagon with all the books in it that she'd read. And what a creative way to invest in the children and encourage them to read. And I know it meant a lot in my daughter Amy's life.
June Claytor, I've known her for 22 years, and in the 22 years that I've known her, she's been a huge blessing, and really she is the foundation, or one of the foundations of this school. And any time that anyone has needed anything, they just go into that media center, and it's not just about a book. She doesn't hesitate to promote the school, to talk about the great things that are happening here. When the families come by, she drops everything. When a student needs anything, she drops everything so that she can meet the needs of these kids and the families that are represented by the students that are here. When the parents drop in, like I said, she drops everything. So in the time that she was with us here, she's built our media center personally with her family's money, with their time, as they have read every book, not only just June, but she gets her husband reading, she's got her daughters reading, I think her grandchildren are reading books too. So she has personally had a fingerprint on each and every book that's in that media center. And so she has touched every student that has walked through these doors, she's touched every family that's been represented, and she's touched every staff member as well. She's kind of been the mom of the Academy. And so what a blessing and what an honor it is to be able to bestow this honor upon her. So we love June. That's the best way to say it.